Good morning. Myself Sivakumar, Assistant Professor, CSE Department, Vignas Nirula. Today I will give the overview of the distributed systems. So, first unit comprises of two topics. One is characterization of distributed systems and second one is system models. So, in characterization of distributed systems, we will discuss about the first introduction to distributed systems and examples of distributed systems, resource sharing and web. And also we will discuss about the challenges in the distributed systems. And second one is system models. So in system model we will discuss about the introduction to system models as well as architectural models and fundamental models. In architectural models we will discuss about the software layers, system architecture, variations, interfaces and objects, and finally we will discuss design requirements for distributed and architecture. And in fundamental models, we will discuss about interaction model, failure model, and security model. So here, if you see here, in introduction, you will see about the definitions of the distributed system. So, on what are the issues in the distributed system? Like distributed system has no global clock, and since it is distributed across multiple processes, so there are issues in the distributed system that we will discuss in introduction. And second one is examples of the distributed system. In this example, we will discuss about the intranet, internet, and intranet, about internet, and we will discuss about those. And in resource sharing and web, we will discuss about the HTML, XML, and URL. So we will discuss about this one. And in the challenges we will discuss about the different transparencies like access transparency, location transparency, failure transparency, concurrency transparency, scalability transparency. So like that we will discuss 8 different types of transparencies in challenges. And in coming to the system models, so it is the architectural model. So software layers. So software as a layer. So that is the first topic, and second one is system architecture, and that system architecture. So what is the how the architecture is? So what are different types of architecture? Peer-to-peer, client server. Okay, so like that we will discuss in system architecture. And in variations. So in variations we will see about variations of the model. So like what is a mobile code? What is mobile agent? And what is a mobile devices? Okay, so all these things we will discuss in variations. And in various we will see what if a server has server more than one. Normally what happens is there is a invocation and a reply. So okay, so invocation is from client side to the server side and reply from the server side to the client side. So what happens when there are multiple servers are grouped together and process the request sent by the client. So that we will see in the variations. And coming to the design requirements for a distributed architecture, so there are several what is required is here is load balancing. So how it is happening in case of these distributed systems. So the load balancing, and we will see about fault tolerance and all those design requirements we will see in distributed design requirement for distributed. And in fundamental model there are 3 types of models. One is interaction model, second one is failure model, and third one is security model. So interaction model. So here we will discuss about the delays. So that means latency, jitter. Okay, that we will discuss in interaction model. So mostly that means latency means the delay between the message which we send from the one process to the other process. So how much time it will take. So that comes under the latency. So that we will discuss in interaction model. And failure model. So failure model discuss with the different types of failures which occur in distributed system. For example, a crash, omissions, and arbitrary failure. That is Byzantine failure. So what will happen when a process fails? Send oriented and receiver oriented. So what happens in both these cases? So send omission, receiver omission. So that we will discuss in failure models. Next is security model. So security model is adding a security layer to the distributed system. So that we will discuss in security model. Okay. So basically that is authentication and for example authentication. How can we add authentication and encryption to the as a layer to the distributed system? And in the security model, basically it will deals with the security. I mean against threats. So that is what we will discuss in security model. So basically in the first unit there are totally two important concepts. One is categories and distribution. What is the definition of a distributed system? So what is distributed computing? So that we will discuss. And after that, what are the issues in the in the distributed system? So that we will discuss in the introduction. That we will discuss in the introduction. Like how in distributed system, what will happen is there is a resource sharing. So how we locate the resource in different user and host environment. How we locate a host. So that will comes under this topic introduction. And examples of distributed system. So internet, intranet, and PDS. Okay, and PDS, the examples of that means using wireless LAN we connect to the system using that is an example. That is another example you will see in distributed systems. Okay, so different examples. So internet, what internet, network links and satellite links, so that we will discuss. And intranet. So coming to internet, how internally from a desktop to a server, how it is connected to intranet. So that we will discuss in the examples of distributed system. Okay. So and next is resource sharing and web. So what is HTML? What is XML? Actually, extensible markup language. Actually, HTML, that is hypertext markup language. And we will also discuss about the web HTML, XML. Okay, and and URL, that is uniform resource loader. So that also will discuss in challenges. Okay, what are different challenges in the distributed system? So since there is no global clock, so everything is in the form of messages. So one process communicates to another process through messages. So during this process, what are the different challenges? So what are the different transparency? So eight transparencies we will study here: access transparency, location transparency, concurrency transparency, and consistency transparency. So like that we will discuss about 8 challenges. And in system models, there are 2 types of system model. One is architectural model and second one is the fundamental model. So fundamental models deals architectural model means internally how the parts are distributed and how the relationship between these parts in a distribution, that we will discuss in the architecture model. So what is the software layers? What is the layer? So what is a layer basically? So basically layer has a certain functionality and service to the layer. So each layer provides service to the higher layer. So that is about the software layers. And in the system architecture and variations, so system architecture, so what is the different architectures provided by the distributed system, like client server, P2P, so that we will discuss here. And what are the variations to the distributed system? So what are variations to the client server model? So that means how server is grouped, so into server is grouped and interactions among the group. So that we will discuss mobile code, mobile agent. So all these things we will discuss in variations. And interfaces and objects, design requirements for the distributed architecture. So that also that means what are different requirements for the architecture model, that will also will discuss in the design requirements. So and in fundamental models, interaction model, failure model, security model. So interaction model deals with the delay in the transmission, and failure model deals with the different types of failures which may occur during the transmission of a message from one process to the another process. And in the security model, we will discuss about the different how we will provide a security layer, how we provide security layer to the distributed system. This is about the first unit. Second unit, inter-process communication. This is about second topic. And in the second unit topic, there are basically 1, 2, 3, 4 topics totally. First one is API for internet protocols, and second one is external data representation. Third one is client server communication, and fourth one is group communication. So in the case of API for internet protocols, first we will discuss about the characteristics of the inter-process communication. So what is required for a process to communicate with the another process? So what are the basic characteristics? So that we will discuss. And in socket, what is socket? Socket is nothing but it is an abstract layer. So it is nothing but an internet address and a port. So that is nothing but a socket. And in UDP datagram communication, TCP stream communication. So here in UDP datagram communication, here the message is not reliable, and there is no following of order of delivery of messages. So order of the message is not followed. Whereas in case of TCP, it is reliable and ordered. So that we will discuss in UDP. Next is external data representation. So here we will discuss about the CORBA CDR. So XDR means CORBA, that is common data representation. We will discuss in external data. Marshalling. What is marshalling? Marshalling means whatever the data items which we require to pass to the other system across the distributed system, so that all will be combined and we send in particular format. So the assembling of all the required data units into single unit is nothing but the marshalling. So marshalling also you will see in the external data representation and marshalling. And client server communication. So what is required in case of client server communication? So how a client communicates with the server. So that we will discuss in client server communication. Next is group communication. So group communication means the message which so there is nothing but a multicasting. So group communication is nothing but a multicasting. Okay, that means only to a set of processes which we send to the message. So that we will discuss in case of this group communication. And reliability and ordering of multicast. So how we ensure the reliability and ordering in case of distributed system. So that we will discuss in reliability and ordering of the so this is about the unit 2. So unit 2 is entirely about the inter-process communication. Next is distributed objects and remote invocation. So what is required for a distributed system is objects and distributed objects. So that we will discuss in remote method invocation. So RMI. So that also we will discuss in this unit 3. Okay. If you see the topics, so basically it contains two important topics. One is communication between distributed objects, and second one is remote procedure call, and third one is case study. So Java RMI and events and notifications. So in case of object model, so how an object is modeled. So and what is the difference between normal object model and distributed object model. So that we will discuss in distributed object. And design issues for RMI. So RMI means remote method invocation. That means we will invoke a method which is present in the server, okay, and pass the result back from the server to the client. So this is nothing but the RMI, remote method invocation. So remote method, that means we will execute a method which is present in the remote server and returns the results from the server to the client. So this is nothing but the RMI. And we will also see the Java implementation of the RMI. And distributed garbage collection. So garbage collector is one of the tool used to collect reclaim the storage place. So that is what we will study in distributed garbage collection. And finally, remote procedure call, that is Sun RPC. So Sun is a company so which developed the concept called remote procedure call. So there is similarity between RMI and RPC. RMI is Java and RPC in case of Sun. Sun microsystem. And also you will see the events and notifications. So what are the different events present in case of distributed object model, and what are the case study of Java RMI. So case study is Java RMI. So we will do one case study in Java RMI. So that is how a remote method invocation concept, how is marshalling and unmarshalling will work in Java RMI. So marshalling will take place whenever we send a request from client to the server, and unmarshalling happens whenever we send a request from the reply from the server to the client. So we will see those things in Java. This is about the unit 3, that is distributed objects and remote invocation. Next is operating system support. So we know that there are distributed operating systems available in the market. So Unix and Windows are examples of those. And here in operating system, so why we are studying here? Why we are studying here in distributed systems is, so we will have process and threads concept in. So how in distributed system. So we will see how the process and threads are being developed in. So for example, how the protection is being supported, protection is being given by the operating system for the distributed system, and what are the different process, and what is the process in the context of operating system, and what is a thread, and what is an address space, and how we create a new process, and what are different threads. So like you will see in threads, you will see methods like thread dot join, thread dot sleep, wait, and notify. Okay, so wait, notify, so interrupt, thread dot interrupt. So like that, whenever you want to block a process, you call the wait, and whenever you wake up the process, you will wake up using interrupt. Okay, if you didn't using wait, okay, then it will be wake up using using block, okay, unblock. So the wait is used to block a process, and interrupt is used to wake up a suspended process. Okay, and join is used to block a process. So like that, you will see different methods in the threads and in the address space. So we all know the difference between process and the thread is process is the thread says the address space. So whereas process will not. So OS layer, and also we will discuss about the protection. So how a protection is given by the operating system to the operating to the distributed system, and we will discuss here through two types of kernels: monolithic kernel and micro kernel. So monolithic means monolithic or micro kernel. So monolithic kernel is a kernel where micro kernel is where only a small kernel is efficient, whereas monolithic means collection of modules bundled together and loaded into memory as and when required. Only required modules are loaded in memory. So this is about the operating system support in the distributed system. This is about unit 4. Next, unit 5 is about distributed file system. So what is a file system? What are the requirements of the file system architecture in distributed system? So efficiency, scalability, like concurrency, consistency. So all these are different requirements in distributed file system. So that also we will discuss in unit 5, and we will discuss about peer-to-peer systems, and we will see here in distributed file system two file systems. So one is NFS and one is AFS, Andrew file system and Sun network file system, and second one is peer-to-peer system. So here we will discuss about the concept of peer-to-peer middleware. So what is a middleware and why is it required? So middleware examples of Corba is an example of RPC. All these are different examples of middleware. So that is about the peer-to-peer and coordination agreement. Here we will see about the election algorithms and mutual exclusion algorithms. So mutual exclusion algorithms, we will see about algorithms like central server algorithm, ring-based algorithm, and Merkava's algorithm. Okay, logical clocks. So that there are different algorithms which implement for mutual exclusion. And in election algorithms, again, there are in case of election algorithm, there are ring-based algorithms, bully algorithm is there. So we will discuss those two algorithms in election. So this is about the unit 5. So if you see the topics in unit 5, so first is the distributed file system, that is file server architecture and P2P systems. So in this we will discuss about the Napster and its legacy, peer-to-peer middleware, routing, overlays. So these are the three different topics which we will discuss in P2P system. And in the coordination and agreement, so here algorithms like mutual exclusion algorithms, election algorithms, and multicast communication. In case of multicast communication, what we will discuss is we will discuss about group communication, like casual ordering, total ordering. So okay, and a combination of casual and total ordering. So that also we will discuss in multicast communication. So this is the overview of the unit 5. Next is unit 6, transactions and replications. So here in unit 6 we will discuss about in replications we will discuss about the active replications, passive replications, and also the system and group system and model communication. So that also we will discuss in replication. And in transactions we will discuss about the concurrency control in transactions and distributed deadlocks and transaction recovery. So how we will discuss about the three topics. So that is system model and group communication, active replication, passive replication in case of replication. So replication, what does it mean? Replication means duplicate, duplication of the data present in a system, in another system, in a distributed net, in systems. So that is about the replication. So we have two types of replication. One is active replication and passive replication. So we will discuss those two in case of replication. And in distributed transactions, so what is meant by distributed transactions? Transactions that is in distributed, we will discuss about concurrency control. That is how a locking mechanism is implemented in order to ensure the concurrency in the distributed transaction, and what is optimistic concurrency protocol. So that also we will discuss. Okay, optimistic concurrency, locking we will discuss in, and also timestamp. So these three techniques we will discuss in concurrency control in distributed transaction. Next one is distributed deadlocks. So what is a deadlock? So deadlock is waiting for a resource which is held by another process. Waiting for a resource which is held by another process by a process. So there is nothing but a deadlock. So how is distributed? What is wait for and what is held by? What is local wait graph and what is global wait for graph? Okay, if there is a cycle in the global wait graph but not in the local wait graph, then we call it as a distributed deadlock. And what is a phantom deadlock? So that also we will discuss in distributed deadlocks. Okay. So finally you will see edge chasing mechanism. So that is a mechanism used to detect a distributed deadlock. So that you will see in case of distributed. And finally we will say about transaction recovery. So how we maintain a log file. So what are the recovery? So why should we need a recovery, and how the recovery mechanism is being done in case of distributed transactions. So that we will see in transaction recovery. Okay. So this is the overview of the 6 units of the distributed system. Thank you.